Sup YouTube, this is the Naruto Manga 565 prediction rant. And I love this past chapter. Kishimoto went away for a week and took a break, came back with a beast chapter, so thumbs up to Kishimoto. I enjoyed it pretty much. I mean, I know a lot of people out there were a little disappointed we didn't get a chance to see Toby's face in this chapter, but I still thought it was pretty good. But anyway, let me give you guys a quick synopsis of the chapter. We got Naruto and Toby headbutted, and we found out the mask didn't even have a crack on it. And, basically just bounced. They just bounced off of each other. And Naruto's all like, "Oh, that mask is incredibly hard," and Toby is like, "I prepared this mask for war, yada yada yada." And by the way, actually, the reason why I'm wearing this mask in this review is because of Toby. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys guessed that, but heck, I might as well take the mask off now. But anyway, I thought the chapter was pretty good. We saw a lot of fight scenes. We saw like the different Jinchurikis using their different abilities. I thought a lot of their abilities were kind of cool. We got a little dialogue with Toby talking about you know I guess why he wants to get rid of the world, or why he thinks why he's trying to get the moon and Side playing together, because he's like there's nothing in it left but misery, and all that kind of stuff. And I would think you Jinchurikis would understand, which in a sense kind of made me think. It kind of goes back to, I've seen King of Lightning's theory on him thinking Toby's the Sage Six Paths, and what I'm gonna have to say, I think that is a great possibility now, and it would actually be really good and unique for the story, because the thing is with Toby, how else would he know the pain of a Jinchuriki unless he was a Jinchuriki himself? And we all know that the Sage of Six Paths was a Jinchuriki. He was Ten-Tail Beast Jinchuriki, so he had all of them in his body. I mean, it wasn't, it was as one unit, but he still had all that hate and all that kind of stuff in his body. So it was interesting to see, the sage of this, well, not Sage Six Paths, but, to think about it that way, like, oh, maybe he could be a sage. It just makes you think, like, okay, if he is the Sage Six Paths, why would he need all these different things from other people? Wouldn't he just already have the power himself? But I don't know. I'll link King of Lightning's theory, down below in the box or whatnot. But anyway, yeah, Naruto and Toby were talking, and Toby is all like, talking about understanding pain and blah 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 blah. And Naruto's like, who are you? And he's like, I'm nobody. I don't want to be anybody. And there's no, and because Naruto basically said that they're gonna defeat both the Madara. So he was surprised also that Naruto, I mean that everybody saw the other Madara, because I guess he wasn't supposed to be in the war. I guess that was part of their deal. I thought actually he wanted him to be part of the war, but I guess that really wasn't the case. Which if Madara, the real Madara, wasn't part of the war, I doubt that they would have. I would think Akatsuki somewhat has an advantage right now, since like one of the divisions is like completely gone. But I guess it's not really the point. But anyway, the chapter, you know, ended with us seeing, Naruto and Killer Bee basically having the goal to rip off Toby's mask, find out who he is, since he won't tell them. And, Toby's like, you're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to, fight me and, basically rip off my mask in order to see. So, they're like, oh, I'm ready. But then we see the Jinchurikis grow extra tails, on their body, maybe not extra tails, but grow it actually, tails on their body. So they look like they're about to be like at full power or whatnot, which I actually found kind of interesting, because I was like, wow, I didn't really know that they actually had any of their chakra left, like the tail beast chakra. Like I thought maybe they had their abilities, I mean that was pretty much obvious to me, but not their chakra. But I don't really mind that. It's pretty cool to see anyway. But what I think is gonna happen next chapter, I think it's basically gonna kind of be, fight between the Jinchuriki as usual, just like this past chapter was. But I do think that Toby's mask is gonna crack next chapter. I don't know if it's gonna completely fall off, but I do think it's gonna crack. We may get a flash over to the five Kage, see what they're doing with the real Madara, And I was actually talking to another person about, who do they think is gonna die, and it's actually Yuana Sasuke 100. I guess I'll link his channel below as well. And he actually got me thinking, like, I do think that, I don't think Onoki is just going to die against Madara. I think it's going to be A and Tsunade, because you think about it, like, the whole theme of Naruto is generations. Like, like every generation surpasses the next generation. So, Tsunade is part of, like what, she was, her generation, like, was in control of the village, like, what, 2 generations ago, I think, or something like that. Where you had Jiraiya and and who else? I cannot even think of any other people in the generation, but there was they're basically they passed the torch on to the next generation. You've seen that a lot in Naruto, like you've seen Asuma pass it on to Shikamaru, and Choji. Naruto's generation is the next generation coming up to leave, and they're the ones who are gonna have to lead everybody while the old generation basically goes on the back burner, and they train the next generation after them. So Tsunade, dying in the battle and A dying and Onoki dying really wouldn't be bad because A could pass on his torch to Dorui, and Onoki, I don't know who he would pass it on to honestly, but he is extremely old. I know there's got to be somebody he could pass it on to, and actually, well, no, actually, I think he could pass it on to this guy named Katsuchi. I think he's one of the captains that are over one of the divisions, but and Tsunade obviously could pass it on to Naruto. Gaara can't die again, and the Mizukage looks like she's fairly young, so I don't see why she would need to pass it on. At least not this early. But I found that kind of interesting. To see the different to see the Jinchurikis at the end of the chapter. Using their different powers. And I'm thinking that next chapter is going to really be a good chapter. We're probably gonna, yeah, like I said, get it. Toby's probably going to have his mask cracked. It's probably going to, start falling off a little bit. Maybe get a scene with Madara. A lot could go down next chapter. It'd be really, what would really be awesome is if Sasuke came in the next chapter, like just randomly, like maybe we cut away from Naruto for a minute, but we see Sasuke and what he's doing because I really want to see what Sasuke is doing, but I don't know. I've really been doing like a lot of rambling, I know, in this video, but please bear with me, guys. I thought it was just a really good chapter. I know I've said that like a million times, but anyway, thanks for watching this video. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Tell me, guys, what you guys think. If you guys think next chapter is gonna be beast, and if you think what's gonna go down next chapter, go ahead and tell me. Or just talk about it. So anyway, have a nice day. See you guys later and enjoy.